Hi, today we're doing something a little bit different. I'm at a national craft show here in the UK and England, in Birmingham actually. But I want to go ahead and check this show out and see if I can learn a new craft today. There's something about stepping into a new space where everything feels possible. Today, I'm trading the familiar for something different. New activities, new challenges, and a whole new world of creativity waiting to be explored. At this craft show, every table tells a story. Handmade pieces, carefully shaped, painted, stitched, sewed. Everything carries a unique mark from an artist who made it individually. The best part about this show isn't just that crafts are on display, but the artists are willing to share their crafts and teach you how to do them. It's cool, made out of glass, and I'm going to find out how they actually make this out of glass.
On stainless steel, a stick.
Okay.
You won't get it off. So we have to do what's called a release surgeon. So this comes in the kit. Everything I'm demonstrating with here comes in your kit. So the release surgeon is basically enough to make the glass stick to the glass, to the mandrel.
Right.
And then when it cools down, it will break off.
Get a release.
Yeah.
Okay.
Release. So you just dip it in there. Put lid back on. Because if you don't, you shake it up next demonstration.
It's going everywhere.
It's all over me.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. So I'll leave that there. So this is your hot head torch. This comes in the kit. Got it run on MAP gas, which is £20 a tin. Light it. It's an off-on torch. There's no fine setting or anything like that. You turn it on, that's it. So this little blue diamond here is too hot, too dirty. So where you work the glass is just above it here.
Okay.
So, starts off with a bit of red glass. Takes about 20 to 40 seconds to melt. So glass melts at about 750 degrees centigrade. And when it becomes molten, it becomes like a syrup. So it starts moving around on its own. So it's just getting there now. So you can just see it start going. And the beauty of the glass is that it's a really bad conductor of heat. So at the moment, 750 degrees there. Stone cold there.
Wow.
So don't worry about burning yourself or anything like that. So I'll just get one of the mandrels that I dipped earlier.
Okay, you have to let it dry on there.
You can use it wet, but sometimes it bubbles and it puts bubbles in the bead.
Okay.
If you can use it dry, it's better.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
And then, because you've heated that side of the bead, the back of the bead might have got a bit cold, so just take about 30 seconds just to warm it through again. Keeping everything warm, and then we can do what we call like a little vortex. Same idea with the dots, so put 3 dots on. See, I like to think of this as, for me, it's like a relaxation. So I work in the office all day selling all this gear, and doing import, export along there and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to get in the office. Get out the office on a night, go in the studio, and just melt glass.
And then there was something unexpected. Right alongside knitting, needles, and sewing machines, the quiet rhythm of traditional crafts set the hum of something new. 3D printing, layer by layer, design by design, reality is created from plastic. And I was not expecting to see 3D printing at this show, although I could see how the skills for 3D printing come from and derive from traditional crafts and skills. In my effort to learn a new craft today, I actually signed up for a course to pick up a new craft, learn a new skill, and I had to find where the class is located. I think I found a general session where they have the classes, but I have to find the class. This craft show was highly organized, and there were so many different classes that you could take to learn new skills and pick up new crafts. So this is needle felt in there making some nice little cows. I think the challenge is the real draw, not just the craft themselves, but the challenge and the courage behind the craft, the willingness to learn something, experiment, and to try and fail and then try again. From intricate designs to simple ideas brought to life, this show reminded me that creativity isn't about perfection, but about starting again until you get it right, until you're the best. And just when you think you've seen it all, the scale changes. Beyond the tables of everyday makers, you step into something larger, something quieter, massive tapestries. This was the largest tapestry on display, and the creator, the crafter, was still working on it at the show. Thread by thread, you can see how large it is and how complex of a design it is. And it's absolutely fascinating to see this level of artistry just being created in front of you in real time.
It's an absolutely fascinating amount of crafts here. There's so many different types of artists and artisans, and I'm definitely buying the glass kit. That's coming home with me. But I originally came here just to pick up some wool for my needle felting.
And just like many other knitters, crafters, felters, I really enjoy making crafts. And now I do enjoy going to these shows to see crafts as well.
So I'm just an amateur artisan. I enjoy making little crafts and needle felted things, but several people I've spoken to today actually have degrees in this type of work. They went to school for this. That's why, I guess, why they're so exceptional at it.
Everything you see is designed by someone. We all enjoy clothes, our shoes, our couches, our chairs, our beds. Everyone has something that they like, but everything was designed, from street signs to the roads. Everything has a designer, someone who created it, someone who designed it. Well, AI is starting to take up some of that space, but the true craftsmen still exist. They're still here.
I arrived at early morning, open at 9:30, but as we get towards midday, it's starting to get a bit crowded in here as more people start to roll in.
The crowds really did catch me off guard. So many people, families, artists, curious visitors, all drawn into the same space. But then again, maybe I should not have been surprised. In the UK, crafts aren't just hobbies, they're part of the culture. For centuries, the textile and works of weavings, pottery, crafting, and design creativity has existed within the United Kingdom. You could feel the history at the show. It wasn't just about what was being made today, it was also everything that came before it and how it continues to inspire the next generation. And judging by the crowd, the traditions are safe. The crafts and craftsmen are safe for another generation in the UK. Is very much alive, and I think it's going to be supported for many years into the future.
This has been so much fun just roaming around this massive space. But right now it's time for my class to start. I've roamed past it. I know where I'm going. So let's go do punch needle. I think that's what it's called, punch needle. You'll see. We'll take a look at it.
I tried something new. Punch needle. I've never even heard of it before coming to the show, but this was something that I've never experienced, and I love finding new experiences. At first, it looks simple, just a needle, some yarn, and fabric, and quickly you realize there's a rhythm to it. There's a flow. Each punch of the needle builds on the last, creating texture, depth, a pattern right before your eyes. It's hands-on, it's a little imperfect, and that's exactly what makes it satisfying. Punch needle isn't new. In fact, it traces back centuries, rooted in traditional rug making, where loops of yarn were pushed through fabric to create durable, functional pieces for everyday life. What started as necessity has now transitioned to being an art that I'm now familiar with. I have all the parts and pieces at home, and I'm excited to continue to learn more about punch needle.
Now that was so much fun. I just picked up an entirely new craft. I now know how to do punch. The name, I don't get it. Punch needle, needle punch needle. It's like needle felting, but you're doing it with a rug. So I can make like cool little rugs now. So I'll probably do that on some of the lives. You jump in on the lives. I do those on Sunday nights. Craft and chat. Come in and talk with me, and I do a little bit of crafting. So I picked up a kit so I could do a little bit of punch needle work on my own. This is a very broad kit. I was told by the instructor that this is going to be exactly what I need to do some more punch needle. Been here for several hours, and I'm finishing up my day, but I want to go back by the glass bead shop to buy all the tools so I can make glass beads. It's been such an exciting day. Hey, if you want to see some of these things that I've learned from here today, you want to see some of these arts and crafts put to use, jump on the lives on Sunday nights. That's when I go live and I do craft sessions. So I'll see you soon.